Hi, you guys. This is Renata. I'm answering a listener's question, and this person, I'm going to say she because I'm not sure of the gender, but so I'm going to say she. But she just asked this question tonight, and I'm so proud of myself because this is the first time I answered a question like right away. Because normally I wait a couple weeks or sometimes even months. So I'm glad to be getting to this one right away, and that's because I was already recording another video. So I thought, well, while that one is uploading, let me go ahead and try to answer this one. And I hope that I'm going to give you any kind of feedback that's going to make sense, because I think I've answered this question in a different way before. So let me try again. So what you said is these people who stalk and harass think they are normal, and that's a question. You know what? Actually, they really do think that they're normal, and they think that the target is not normal. So, yeah, they think they're normal. They think Satanism, which is what they are, they're Satanists. They're witches and warlocks, whether they in a cult.
A satanic cult. And they think that it's very normal to go around and harass people and stalk them and hit them with directed energy. They think that what they do is just a normal job. Okay? And then she goes on to say, I still don't understand the colors. And some say bicycles on the car racks are a sign too. I don't get that. Do you know, Renata? Okay, so I'll tell you my understanding. I mean, you know, this is just my understanding, okay, from my own experience dealing with this stuff all these years. Let me just put it all in a nutshell for you. Anytime you continue to see the same type of tactic, meaning you're seeing these bike racks on the back of cars a lot, that's not normal to see them a lot, okay? Unless you live in some sort of biking community or something, then that would not be normal, okay? If you're seeing people with certain colors on all the time, you're seeing people with black and red on, and they're in groups, and you've seen like 50 different people with the same color combination, or you're wearing a blue shirt today, and now blue is a common color, but let's just say you're wearing a blue shirt and you're seeing all these people with this blue shirt that's very similar to yours, okay, and you're just seeing this 5 and 6 and 7 times a day. That's not normal, okay? Stuff that people in your neighborhood may do may not be normal, okay? These noise campaigns and all this stuff that these people do, not normal, and you're seeing this stuff over and over and over. Okay, so in a nutshell, it's all part of mind control. It's all part of programming. Okay, they're trying to program you. They're trying to get your attention. Why? Because this program is about behavior modification. They are trying to modify your behavior. Now, these things seem small enough. Okay, they seem small enough. Like, how can you control somebody with by them seeing bicycles all the time, or bike racks all the time, or a certain color? Well, that person, TIs, whoever this is being done to, will see this stuff in repetition so much that it'll become like an enemy, an everyday object. A bike rack, a harmless bike rack, will start to put you in the fight or flight mode. It will start to get your attention. It can start to make a person paranoid. Doesn't have to, but it can, and it has. You know, for many people, it could be anything. These people can take the smallest object, and before you know it, that object becomes an enemy to you, because it's mind control. They have began to mess with your mind. These are all mind manipulation, mind tactics. They're playing with your head. Okay? So that's what they're doing with that bike rack. Now, another piece of this whole bike rack thing is that these people, they multitask, okay? They're given a script, they're given an assignment. This is their job. This is not a job you would do, but this is a job for them, okay? And their checks are signed by Satan. That's what I tell myself. So this is their job, okay? So they have these bike racks. Sometimes you'll see a bicycle on them, and sometimes you won't. When the bicycle is not on the rack, they're out in the community somewhere perping someone. They are actually riding the bike. Okay, they're going through the neighborhood, whatever their assignment is for the day. Now, I've had them ride alongside my car for half a mile. I've had them come out of nowhere and cut me off in bicycles. I've had a guy in the elevator almost beat me with a bicycle. Okay, I'm over exaggerating a little bit, but he definitely did hit me with that bicycle. He kept we were in a small elevator. He kept picking the bicycle up because he didn't want me to get on the elevator with him. He told me not to get on the elevator. I said, I'm getting on the elevator anyway because I saw a little space and I fit there and I'm getting on. You're not going to tell me what to do. So I got on the elevator. He kept turning this bicycle. I mean, that bicycle was slamming me from here to there. Okay, so they do all kinds of stuff with a bicycle. I had another guy hit me with a bicycle. I have heard TI say that they themselves, the TI rides bicycles because that's what they enjoy doing for exercise or for whatever, because they enjoy riding bicycles. They say a perp bicyclist will come and try to knock them off their bike, try to run into them, try to do head-on collisions, try to sideswipe them. One person said the perp bicyclist stuck their foot out and tried to make them, crash on the bicycle. They do all sorts of things. The police will have their bicycles, and they do the same kind of perp stuff. They'll have the bicycle on the back of the police car, and the next thing you know, they're harassing you by riding past you on a bicycle. I used to deal with it all the time at this particular grocery store. I come out of the grocery store, the police car be parked far away, bicycle rack is empty. I say, okay, the perp by a police officer somewhere. Next thing you know, here he comes riding by my car as soon as I get to the car. So they do all sorts of things with bicycles. Sometimes you'll see them fixing the bicycle. Okay, they just look like they're fixing it. And that is to get your attention because they want to anchor you with whatever stimuli they're trying to anchor you with. Doesn't even have to be a bicycle. And then once they catch your attention and you're really focused on this person fixing this bicycle, next thing you know, they have sensitized you to that, and then they can start triggering you. Okay, the anchors and the triggers. If you don't know about that, then research on that, because that's what they do. And not just with bicycles, with anything. You mentioned the colors, the same thing. All of these things they do, you guys, it's just all mind control tactics. It's just all to modify your behavior. So how can just seeing a bicycle rack or a bicycle or a color, how can that modify your behavior? Okay, you can get ready. These are just some examples that come to mind. You can get ready to go outside. Now, they've been getting your attention all week with these bicycles by doing different things. Okay, I had one yesterday. He came straight at me like he was going to run directly into me. I just kept walking. I said, now, if he runs into me, it's going to be a problem. And I didn't move because we had to stand our ground. So I didn't move. But I'm not telling you to take the approach that I took. That's just I'm just sick of them because I just deal with this stuff too much and it just gets on my nerves. So I just decided I don't like bullies, and so I just kept walking. I kept walking straight. Here he comes. He's coming right towards me, directly towards me. There's space on every side, but he's coming directly at me. So when he got right to me, he quickly turned and he said, "Oh, excuse me, ma'am." But see, I was recording the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So we have to do what we have to do. We have to gather our evidence. But anyway, I said all that to say, when they have you sensitized to anything, it could be a color, it could be a person, it could be a sound, it could be a number, it could be a word, it could be the bicycle rack, it could be whatever, okay? Once they have you sensitized to that with all this perp stuff they do, how does that stop you? Okay, you get ready to go outside, a bicycle rides by. They've been sensitizing you to this stuff for the longest, and you change your mind. No, I'm not going outside. No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to deal with them because their bicycle just passed, so I'm just going to stay home. You decide I'm not going to work because every time I go to work, they start perping me. They start workplace harassing me. Every time I go to church, they say this. The pastor says something, and I know it's directed towards me. The ushers do this.
You know, the good sisters, you know, I call them the good sisters. The good sisters say this, you know, so I'm not going to go. That's how they have modified your behavior. And I'm not talking about you, per se, who I'm making this video for. I'm talking about us. Been there, done that. In some areas, I'm still there, but I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they do. That's how they modify our behavior. These tactics that seem like little tactics, they're doing this stuff for a reason, because they know the smallest thing. They know that they can perp you with your own shadow. They can perp you with a leaf. They can perp you with a piece of paper. They can perp you with anything, and they can turn that harmless little object, harmless little bike rack, harmless color, they can turn that into a weapon. They can turn that into your enemy. And they can have a person to lose their mind behind a piece of paper, behind a bike rack, behind a color, behind a bicycle, behind a person, behind a color of a shirt, behind this certain person keeps doing this or saying that. You know what I'm saying? That's their job, to mess with your head all day long. That's their job. So when the bike racks are empty, they're out in the community doing whatever their assignment is for the day. They might tell them, oh, okay, so here's the picture. You know, they'll text the picture. Here's the picture of our target for the day. She's over there sitting at the park. I want you to ride by and just stop on your bike right next to that person and just sit there. Or I want you to ride past that person and say this on your bicycle. Or I want you to stick your foot out when that person rides by. These are their assignments. But then once that's done, and they got you to go back home, or they got you to leave the park, or they got you to leave, stop doing whatever you was doing, mission accomplished. So then he or she gets the next assignment. And the next assignment may not include a bicycle. So the bicycle goes back on the rack. You see what I'm saying? The bicycle goes back on the rack. Now his assignment is to go up to the local grocery store and sit in your car. Bicycle's on the rack now. We're not using the bicycle for this perp activity. And when this person comes out, I want you to go and walk past this person, and I want you to say that. So that's what they do. That's their job. All day long, they perping people. Some includes bicycles, some don't. Some includes on-foot stalking, some includes car, some includes whatever. You know, that's what they do. So it's all part of the mind control. It's all part of the behavior modification. That is their job. Now, what's your job? Your job is to live your life, irregardless to what they're doing. Doesn't matter. Let them know it's not going to work. It's not. That's what I say to myself. It's not going to work. It may scare me. It may upset me. It may even make me cry. It may, I don't know, make me feel whatever. But it's not going to stop me. And if it does stop me, it'll be very, very temporary while I'm praying on it and working on it. You know what I'm saying? It really saddens me when people stop their lives, and it saddens me because I did that. I stayed in the house. I did that for a long time. I was afraid. I've made those decisions. Oh, no. I can't go out there because they're out there. Now, they started with the bicycles with me very early. Very, very, very early. And to this day, they still do it. But it doesn't affect me the same. But I've been there. And that's why I don't want anybody to stop their life. It doesn't matter. These things are not going to hurt you. These are objects, unless they try to beat you like the man did in the elevator with me and the other guy who ran over my foot with the bicycle. But other than that, these things are not going to hurt you. These little things that they do, I don't even care if they're big, it's not going to hurt you. You know why? Because your mind is stronger than any of that. It's stronger than any of that. I am telling you. And they know our minds are stronger than that. That's why they try to break us down little by little by little. This is psychological warfare. So our jobs is to strengthen our mind. If you strengthen your mind, can't none of this work. And you stay prayed up, and you know you're living for the Lord, and you quote your scriptures as you walk it. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for God is with me. I say it all the time, and I mean that, and I feel that. And if something does happen, I believe I'm going to heaven, so I don't care. They cannot rule us by fear anymore. But you have to grow to that place. You have to grow to that place. And I think that we get to that place because we were on the opposite end of it before. See, I've been through all that fear stuff. I've been through it. And sometimes still experience it, but it's never going to control me again ever. And that's how we should be. That's how we have to grow to. So once you have something to compare it to, did I like feeling that way? Did I like being so afraid to go outside that I was afraid to go to work, and I would just pick up my kids and come home and didn't even want to look out the window because I was so afraid, didn't want to open the door because I was so afraid? I didn't like that feeling. No, I like living a courageous life better, a more God-filled life, trusting God. They do all kinds of stuff to me, trust me. Even today, all kinds of little head games, all kinds of psychological mess. But it's not going to work. And if it does, it's going to be temporary. And it's going to be the same with you, ma'am, and the same with all of us. We're going to get through this no matter what. No matter what. The weapons of our warfare is not carnal. We have to pull down those strongholds. This is spiritual. I don't care what anybody say. This is spiritual warfare. It is. And we have to pull down those strongholds, and we can with the help of God. So I know you guys know how I do. I get started and then I rant on and on and on. But those bicycle racks, it's just them. It's just them. Just tell yourself it's just them. Don't even give it attention. It's just them. When you need to address something, you will know. And make sure you address it and not react. You will know. Otherwise, that's just them. I tell myself all day long, that's just them. You know, they're doing what they're getting paid to do. But they're going to answer to God for that job. Because that's not an honorable job that they're doing. That's blood money. And they're going to answer to God for it. So, you know, part of your question was, do they think that they're normal? Yeah, they do. They do. They think that is just a regular job. They do. And it's very unfortunate because they're being deceived and they're going to go to hell if they don't repent and get it right. Okay? So don't worry about those bicycle racks. When they're empty, they're out there purping somebody. Just pray for that person. When they're not empty, then they're probably on foot somewhere or in their car purping somebody because that's what they do all day. All day. But the joke is really on them. It really is. Because they're being monitored and tracked and all of that more than we are. And when it comes to killing somebody, they'll probably get them first because they know the secrets. We don't. But we're going to be okay. And you're going to be okay. All right? All right. Thanks for listening. Please thumbs up this video. Leave your comments in the comment section. See if you guys can add anything to this conversation about the bicycles. What do you guys think the bicycles? What's the purpose of the bicycles? What's the purpose of the car racks? What's the purpose of the color stalking? This lady said that she doesn't really understand the color thing. I'm saying it's all psychological warfare. It's all mind control. It's all behavior modification. You guys please leave your comments in the comment section. Thumbs up this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed, and hit that notification bell in the upper right corner so you can become part of the notification crew. Thanks for listening, you guys.